Hey guys, welcome back. Today on The Untidy Artist, I'll be showing you how to make the July Flower Fairy of the Month. If you're new to fairy making, you'll want to check out my basic fairy doll tutorial. And if you're new to this series, you'll want to check out my other fairies of the month starting in December, and I will put links for those below in the description of the video. Okay, let's grab some supplies and get started. Now the first thing you're going to need is a flower. I found this flower a while ago and I knew immediately I wanted to do a fairy with it. And it just seemed like a happy, beautiful flower to use for July. It's a watermelon peony. You're going to need some thread, and I have some pink and then this really pretty multicolored metallic thread. I have some embellishments I'll be adding to her dress. These are some little pink stickers. They're just tiny little pink plastic stickers, and I thought they'd be a cute decoration on her dress. I've got these little plastic flowers. I'll be putting one of these in her hair. I have this gorgeous light green shimmery glitter, some Mod Podge, a pair of scissors, and of course my trusty glue gun set on low. And then I've got my fairy doll. Now, like I said, if you're new to making fairies, you'll want to check out that basic fairy doll tutorial. I also have a tutorial that I just added about how to do different skin tones for fairy dolls. So both of those links will be below in the description of the video. So you pick which skin tone you'd like to use. For your doll, you'll take your bead, you'll paint it. If you choose a different skin tone, you'll need some floral wire and some embroidery floss for the skin and the hair. So you can see I've already twisted my cute little doll together, and I've already given her just a basic hairstyle, and we are good to go and get started with this fairy doll. The first thing we're going to do is dress our doll. So I'm taking this multicolored shimmery thread, and I'm going to start right around her waist and wrap up right to underneath her arms, and then wrap down and give her a little pair of shorts. More detailed step-by-step instructions for this part are in that basic fairy doll tutorial, and you'll find that link below in the description of the video. And then we're going to set her aside and start pulling apart our flower. And this flower came apart really easily. There wasn't any glue holding it together. And then you're going to start layering the petals in different ways to decide how you want her skirt to lay. Now, I knew I wanted a lot of space to add those little flower embellishments to her dress, so I just started layering the petals together in different ways, overlapping them in different ways until I got it layered in a way that I liked. And you can hold that up to your doll and see if you like the way that it looks. And if it does, you're going to take each layer of those petals and cut an X right into the center of the flower. And this will allow us to push the petals up and around her waist. So starting with the top layers of her dress, you're going to grab the petals and you're going to push them up around her waist. You'll want to pay attention to how you overlap the petals. You don't want them all laying directly on top of each other. You want to overlap them so you have a nice, fluffy, beautiful skirt. And then you're going to grab the glue gun and you're going to put tiny dabs of glue in between each layer to hold her skirt together. And I start doing this slowly and making sure that the petals are laid in a way that I like, the way that it looks as I'm adding those little dabs of glue. And this is what we have so far. Now we're going to give her some gloves and some shoes. So I'm going to use that dark pink thread that we picked out, and I'm going to give her some gloves and a little pair of shoes. I have a video on how to do this that goes into more step-by-step detail, and I'll put a link for that tutorial below in the description of the video. And I loved what these little pink shoes and gloves added to her dress. Now we're going to grab those little pink stickers. Now the glue on the back of them was strong enough for me to just place them on her skirt, and I just started kind of playing around with and trying to decide exactly where I wanted them. The stickers were quite strong, so I would just put one down and kind of decide if I liked where I put it, and I decided to put petals all over those, or flowers all over those top petals on her skirt. So I went all the way around, and then I went back and I added some right around her waist. Now I did use a little bit of glue up there only because it wasn't as level of a surface to put the flowers on, and I felt like they needed a little bit more glue to keep them in place. And then I went back and I added more flowers to each of the petals. So you can see I ended up putting those flowers on the entire top layer of her skirt. Now I'm going to add one of those little pink flowers to her hair. So I just took a little piece of the hair in the front and I kind of twisted it back and added a little dab of glue just to hold it in place. You could also take a small piece of your embroidery floss and tie it around that little section to hold it in place. And then I'm going to take that pink flower and just press it right into that glue. So her hair's just pulled back with this really pretty flower. And then I took 2 more of my little pink stickers and I stuck them right behind the bigger flower. And this is what we have so far. Then I decided she needed some glitter. So we're going to take that really pretty soft green glitter and I'm going to use my Mod Podge and I'm going to dip the very ends of her underneath layers on her skirt into the glue, and then I'm going to dip them into the glitter. So I just use a couple plastic lids. I poured some of my Mod Podge in one of them and some of the glitter in the other one. And this will allow me to just dip the very tips of the petals in the glue. You don't need a whole bunch of it. And then I dip it in the glitter and it just gives me this little tiny hint of sparkle at the base of her skirt. And I really felt like this was the thing that tied the entire doll together. It also gave her dress just a little bit more glamour. And that's it, you guys, we're all set. This is our July fairy of the month, and I think she just turned out so sweet. I really think my favorite part of this dress is the little pink flowers all over her skirt and then that little bit of green around the bottom parts of those petals. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. That would be awesome. Also, if you decide to make a fairy doll, I would love to see it. You can share it with me with the hashtag #UntidyArtistFairyDoll or with the hashtag #UntidyArtist, and you can do that on Instagram. You can also follow me on Instagram, see some of my crazy daily life and other projects that I'm working on. If you have any comments or questions, please post those below. Also, if there are fairies you'd like to see, post those as well in the comments. And that's it, you guys. I really appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.